Why, hello and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I'm your host and guide, Zollin Ironshield, and today we're on a LOTRO adventure, my friends, and we are going to continue our quest from where we left off. I hope you're having a wonderful day in Middle-earth. Don't forget to grab a nice cup of tea or whatever you like to drink, and let's have some fun in the Lord of the Rings online. Right, Zollin? Zollin says, yes, we are ready. So we are exploring, we're getting to talk to some people here in Vernozal. It's the new stronghold of the, can't think of their name right now, the dwarves that are the other clan. The Zelruka clan of dwarves, not the Longbeards. Alright, so we are going to find some people to talk with right now, and also, if you're feeling especially dashing today, you could, subscribe and like. I would appreciate that greatly. It really helps out the channel, and thank you to all of my regulars as well. Welcome, welcome. Alright, we need to find... You know, I noticed that it sounds kind of almost too quiet. I'm going to turn these sounds up just a tiny bit because it's a little too quiet for my liking. Alright, the whole of Vernoza was built is powered by water? Is it? Powered by this underground river. Oh, that's kind of cool. So there's the underground river. So basically we're exploring. Prince Ilgor wants us to explore. He's the leader of the Zelruka dwarves. Alright, so we explored this spot. So basically I think it's just we're just sightseeing a little bit. I could have turned this into a LOTRO tour episode. Alright, let's see. I'm going to run down to this end. I don't know if I went in this room. I might have to actually explore this room. Explore the throne. Explore the balcony. Alright. Nothing in here. Otherwise, usually exploring quests you just have to step over them and then you explore. And somehow my goat got stuck on nothing. Look at that awesome shot, though, of the hall right there. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool indeed. I love this giant water thing. It's pretty cool. Right here. Look at how these dwarves have sabers. It's pretty cool. Alright. Oh, look at this. What is this on the ground right here? Crystal. Picking up. Oh, we have a quest to pick up those crystals. They're probably old chandeliers, because these crystals have their own fluorescent glow. So dwarves use them a lot as basically lamps, because then, you know, I feel like it's pretty environmentally savvy of the dwarves, if I do say so myself. Instead of burning fires and getting every smoke in the air and, you know, saving their trees in this area. Not that I am against using trees. Trees is a good resource, obviously. The best thing about trees is if you're very savvy, as in when you cut them down, you replant some. That's the beauty of trees, my friends. They regrow. The problem is when we have problems with forest things is when people cut them all down and don't put any back. That's the problem. All right. But a fun little fact. Now that I'm on trees. I was looking up a study, and it's very interesting. Actually, in North America, we have there's North America being U.S., Canada, and Mexico, I believe is their study. But there's actually far more trees now than there was in like the 1920s, I think it was, because a lot of trees were cut down. But we actually have more than like originally, because we had a bunch of different organizations and different people and individuals who planted trees, kind of to bring them back, and, well, it worked. Just goes to show you, with good teamwork, you can fix anything, right? And it also means you can use trees. You know, some people are like, we don't use any trees, and it's like, well, you gotta use some trees, right? We have to be able to build our houses, and have firewood, that kind of thing. Just be what is it called, a good steward of your trees, I guess is the term I'm looking for. Ooh, look at this place. This is pretty cool. I've never been up here yet. Ooh! Many coming... What did Sam... Didn't catch it. Many coming to Gundabad could seek a comfortable shelter here in Vernoza. Yes indeed. Who's this guy? I don't know, he's very excited about something though. Look at him, he's like, oh yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes. And... He's not gonna do it again? I guess he's not gonna do it again. Interesting. Very interesting animation he has. A lot of these dwarves have interesting animations. This dwarf doesn't have a beard. What's going on there, sir? Did you lose your beard? I mean, granted, dwarves don't have to have beards. Tolkien said nothing about them not having, but usually they greatly respect their beards. But you know what? It could be, maybe that's more of a long beard thing. The clan, right? More of a cultural thing of the dwarves. But pretty much all dwarves like their beards. Wow. Whoa, look at this, you guys. Whoa. You have noticed there's actually no music in here, which is very interesting. So I'm going to slightly turn up the sound effects just a little bit more, so it doesn't sound like I'm just talking with no sound going on. There. Better. Much better. Can hear the echo of the walk. Wow. Look at this place. Look at this place, you guys. It's actually huge. It's almost as big as the throne. Oh, wow. Look at that. Whoa, that's so cool. We're kind of doing more of a tour episode or an adventure episode today, though we're going to do voiceovers when I find the quest in here. But we're just exploring. Wow, look at this place. Would this not be cool to be a real place in real life? I've always had a dream to build. Okay, the view from the balcony over the court is truly impressive. Yes, we just found that out, actually. It is really impressive. And also, that would probably hurt to fall. By the way, look at how good that water looks. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And you know what? I'm going to quickly up the graphics. Watch right now. You ready, guys? Set. Okay. There we go. The graphics should look better now. Look around again in the room. I almost forgot again to turn up my recording quality. Look at that. Now look at this beautiful shot one more time. With better graphics. Now you guys can see the difference. Especially if you're watching this on a big screen. Whether a computer or a TV that might be like 2K or 4K. It's going to look a little better now. Again, it's not going to look quite as good as what I see with my eyes, just because it just doesn't quite record in the same quality, and YouTube is sending it to you possibly on a lower bandwidth, depending on where you are in the world, or depending on your internet quality, you know, that kind of stuff. But hopefully it'll look better now. But wouldn't this be cool? Again, what I was saying, I've always had a dream to build a place like this, like a replica, like find a mountain somewhere, and just build, like either like build Minas Tirith on it, or build Moria under it. Or, in this case, Gundabad. Granted, it is quite a pipe dream. Pipe. Yeah. It's probably never happening. But you never know. You never know. Who knows? Maybe Voice of the Rings will get so big someday that together as a community we could build a place like this. You with me? Yeah, let's do it. Again, that's just a fun dream. It's in the bucket list. Man, look at it. It's really cool here. This is really neat, though. Look at this. What's on this table? There's a old spork. Looks like a spoon fork. Very interesting. Got a little thing of ale and then maybe some spices or whatever that is. I don't know. I don't know what that green thing's supposed to be. Oh, bread. Yummy. Just leaving a crate of bread on the ground. Practicing fighting. I think the coolest thing about Lord of the Rings Online is just the fact that it's such a large, open world that you can literally just walk around. I mean, we've been walking around for, what, 5 minutes? And we're like just seeing one giant room in a world of Lord of the Rings Online. That's why it's so well done. And again, I like the playstyle of this game. I really do. I know it's slower for some people than because newer games are, you know, keep up, faster pace. And again, I've said in the past, I play some really fast-paced games, and I do like that sometimes, but there's something about an adventure game that's just very enjoyable. Oh, look, here's the vaults. Wow, look at that. Is that a room we go in? No, it's not. Okay. Okay, it's the actual vault. It's like where you actually can, like, open your vault.
Greetings.
I thought it was just for cosmetic, but it's our actual place. Here we go. Here's my collection of armors for cosmetics. Different armor sets I can wear. Alright, let's go into this room over here. In fact, can I ride my goat? I can ride my goat in here. Let's ride our goat so we're not taking so much time just walking around. I know LOTRO eventually you're getting a little bit... Ooh, from the seat, many proclaim... proclamations were made by the lords of Gundabad. Again, a LOTRO adventure is more you're just getting me, right? Right. But we're doing like, I'm playing through my main character, we're doing the stories of new places, I do voiceovers for you. LOTRO Tale, I'll be, you know, strict to that 25 minute episode usually. Sometimes they go over. Who's this? What do you think you're doing in that seat? It's another player, by the way. What do you think you're doing? That is the seat for Lord Durin, Mr. Noxus Weed. Shame on him. Dishonoring. You're not the king of the dwarves. Or lord of the dwarves. Anyway. It's pretty cool. I'm just teasing. Nice to meet you, random. A random friend there. Be funny if he found our channel later. If you find our channel, leave a comment. Be like I was that usurper. Just kidding. Alright, moving on. Oop, I did a bad spin there and I got totally confused on my direction. There we go. Alright, so it says we still need to talk to Zova, talk to the Gundabad missions quartermaster, and talk to Horin. Okay, alright, I think they're all back downstairs, so the stairs are here. I'm gonna jump the stairs. Be careful jumping this game in Gundabad because the stairs are all very steep in here. Alright. Oh, is this a library? What? This is why I like Dwarves, and this is why I like Lord of the Rings Online, because they show more about the Dwarves than you get from the movies, right? From the movies, you know the Dwarves are good fighters. You know they like their beer, and they like their food, and they like their, you know, and they still love each other as a family, right? But you don't get the fact that you kind of think like, oh, they're just rock people. They just use metal and steel and rock, and it's like, no, they have trees in their gardens. They have books. They like to learn. They like to take records. Look at this. Look at all these books. Oh my gosh, I would love to have a home someday with this many books in it. Granted, as you can see, I have many books behind me. I have like 750 books in this room, but not like that. Not a couple thousand, whatever that is. That's probably a lot more than 1,000. That's probably like 10,000 books right there, and scrolls. Anyway, very cool. And there's like a second layer to the. I am just ranting today. If you're still with me, I appreciate it, my friends. This is not one of my usual episodes. I'm very talkative today with other things besides the game. Alright, we needed to go back out to the center. There's another staircase here. And again, I try very hard to move the camera in a way that doesn't get you all sick. Because I know that some people have troubles with that with games like this. I don't usually have troubles with that, but I have a family member who has troubles with that, so I understand. In fact, it was when she wouldn't mind me telling, but my sister, when she was younger, she loved to play Lord of the Rings Online with me and other video games, but she just has trouble sometimes with the motion when she's playing. It gets her kind of like woozy a little bit. Alright. Where is... There's the person I was just talking to over there. I know it. But anyway, doesn't it look a lot better now that we have it in higher definition from the beginning of the episode? Right? Really is fantastic though. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful place. Amazing architecture. There's some places in real life that are pretty cool like this, but I don't know if we have anything like underground like this, right? It's more like a building outside, like a cathedral or some kind of castle. Usually it's like this, but still. The actual size of this place, I don't think there's anything even new, even like a relative newer building. And there are some big buildings. Definitely.
Only a Drak shows mercy in battle.
Only a Drak shows mercy in battle. Ah, my friend Zollin, we have undertaken many missions together, have we not?
Oh, what's your name again? Oh yes, we have. Yes, we have indeed.
Aye, we have. If we are to reclaim Gundabad for the Zelruka, I say we will adventure together a great deal more. There is much history to learn of the mountain home, and old halls to explore beneath the 3 peaks. Speak with us, or myself, if you wish to carry out a mission.
Sounds like a plan, my friend. We will do that. By the way, these are all other players right here. Just want to point that out. Player. And this is a really weird time of night I'm playing, and there's like 8 people right here next to me. So, just trying to point out to people that yes, there are players in this game. This game needs a little bit more love. It has a huge basis, but it really needs more people on the outside to realize this is a good game. Try it out. Especially if you like this kind of game, right? It's classic MMO.
Hey!
Whoa, quite a voice there.
Hail! Hi! I'm here to assist Horin in scout missions, Asoma on important missions for the Zeruka. If you assist us on these missions, I will certainly share the rewards with you, Guardian.
I believe this is a female dwarf. With a very, very high-pitched voice. Man dwarf. Alright, so now we need to talk to Oh, there, that is guy. Oh, actually, I think it's, I believe it's her.
Hail!
Hail! I know you would assist our cause. Advising Prince Ingor can be difficult at times, but it is always worth the effort. He has a good heart and wishes only the best for his people. I am certain he will work closely together, for you have his ear as much as I do.
Alright, sweet. Now we get to talk to Prince Ingor one more time. Heck yeah! And then we will get out and do a couple quests outside before we finish. Alright, Prince Ingor.
This hall must be a place of beauty, restored to the shining beacon it once was.
You see the potential offered to us by the halls of Vernolza, yes? I have seen it too. Potential is not enough for the Zeruka, however. This hall must be place of beauty restored to the shining beacon it once was. Right now the hall is covered in dust and crawling with small nighttime beasts. Perhaps tonight you could take care of these unwelcome visitors for me.
Twist. None. There is no twist in this mission. What is... I wonder what this is a new thing. Never seen that before. Oh. Here we go. Defeat mountain bats. Alright, so it's a quest we're gonna...
I will be here if you need anything. Good luck.
We'll do our best. Zollin Ironshield does his best. Alright, let's kill some bats. Why would we take so long to do them all when we could just pull them all at once? And again, here's why Guardians have a bow, so we can do this. Ha ha ha! Alright, I believe we have the bats we need for the quest. I think that's 10. I'm not entirely sure if I counted that right, but it's pretty close. Alright. Sweet. Defeat cave rats. Okay.
Looking for little rats and beasts. Where are you? Show yourself, creatures.
There's a cave rat. I'm sorry, my little creature friend, but you are not supposed to be in here. Alright, up the stairs we go. And then the rats. Just gonna always take Gollum's quote and mess it up. There's a cave rat. Come at me, you little stinker. A little more spread out, which is kind of annoying because I can't just pull them all like the bats and finish it instantly. We do so much damage. He's gonna have 200,000 health and they just die in one hit. Why are you like in the water? So now see if I spam this. Even if it goes gray, I didn't quite reach in time. Sometimes you can cheat the system just a little bit. I made a guide video about it, so. Yeah, if you want to know more about that, you can look at my guide playlist, you guys. I have a bunch of guides on this game. And if you have ideas for other guides that you might not see, you are welcome to leave a comment, and I would be happy to make one for you. Alright. Definitely love it when people tell me like, oh, do you have something on like, or a tour episode? Like, would you tour this? Or would you make a guide video on this? Because I'm like, yeah. If I get one person who wants it, I'm like, makes it all the more worth making the video because then I know at least one person will get enjoyment out of it. Besides myself. Of course, I enjoy making these videos. Alright. Wow, look at this awesome forge. Again, this game has a very unique art style, and I think it looks very good. Especially the newer areas, they're updating stuff. Oh, so cool. I'm very excited about the visual updates they're going to try to do on the engine. I hope they work on the engine as in its processing speed, too, because it limits good computers from being able to do more with it. So hopefully they'll work on that. Oh, there's normally crafting guys here, but there's not because of this. Alright, defeat Scavenging Greybig. Greybig, those stupid bugs. That's what those things are. I can never say that word. There they are. These would be night terrors. Could you imagine one of these things just under your bed suddenly? I mean, that thing is like, that thing is huge. That thing's like a foot long. No, thank you. I don't like the big bugs we have even in real life. I don't dislike bugs. I just don't want them by my in my room with me. No thanks. Gosh, like those giant tarantulas. Oh my gosh, what are the camel spiders or whatever too? Those things. Look that up on the internet. You won't be able to sleep for the next 2 days. Maybe don't look it up. And we need 3 more little bugs. I will take you, and you, and you. And if you notice, I miss a lot when I'm running, even though it pulls aggro, because you usually can't hit things as much when you are running. You can, but no, you still can. Actually, you know what? I had a debuff on me. I think that's what's going on there. I'm pretty sure I got a debuff on me. What's this? Nope, that's acid. That would have nothing to do with it. Never mind. Alright, sweet, we're done with that. Now defeat Mountain Stoneclaws. Oh, the little boogers that like to dig holes in dwarven structures. Yes, let's get those. There they are. Did they just aggro? Yeah, they did. Sweet. Oh, that makes sense. They'd be in this, like, garden area. Good, they just aggro. I don't have to pull them all. Hey there, little creatures. Whoa. We just destroyed them. It wasn't even close. Been kind of fun, too. Little shout out to a couple of my friends out there. I had someone send me a message I'd known for a long time, been like, oh, I love your content. I didn't even know they knew about my channel, but I'm not really like, I want people to know about my channel, but I don't usually just, every person I meet or know and tell about, like I'm a little bit like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like, oh, you should check out my channel, free blah, 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 that kind of thing, but anyway, they sent me a nice message and said they like my content, so that meant a lot. Thank you, you know who you are. We need 5 more. I wonder if they're up here. But it is definitely fun, and I really appreciate this community. Lord of the Rings community is fantastic, and I know I've said it probably like 20 times in the last 2 months, but thank you for your subscribes and your likes and your views. It means a lot that you guys like this stuff like I do, and it's just really fun, and everyone's really encouraging and fun. I rarely get a grumpy comment. Almost never. For every maybe 100 good ones I get like one that's kind of like, not maybe even grumpy, just kind of like, probably wasn't the nicest thing to say, you know? But that's YouTube. I watch a lot of other YouTubers and they always say there's always one. I really wish I could get on a mount right now. Apparently this is an instance, so I can't ride my mount, which is a little annoying because now I'm just running around aimlessly looking for some stone claws. Alright, so it's probably on the other side because we did a loop here. So I'm going to run down through this really cool looking area here with the train tracks. Apparently my leg is broken still. Goodness gracious, that took forever. Go past the goats. I bet you they're up on this side. Like, where are they? Oh, there they are. Yeah, they spawned once I came up here. Someone's taking a little bath. Get out of the water source. There we go. I wanted to pull that one. I was just trying to click on it. So hard to click on. Oh, and by the way, everybody. By the way, I do other games on Twitch too. You guys want to go over there and follow on Twitch? Again, that's different, right? Subscribing costs money on Twitch. You don't need to do that. Just go follow for free. And subscribing's free on YouTube, so you should subscribe to this video, at this channel. Hey, yeah! That would be very great. I would appreciate that greatly. My subscriber percent is actually rather high for people who watch my videos. Compared to some other channels, it's like almost 30%, which is fantastic. Thank you for subscribing, everybody. Alright, sweet, we're done with that. So return to Zova at the entrance of Vernoza. Zal. Maybe it's Zal. Look at that reflection. It's pretty cool. Of the actual what's above us. Ooh. Hop in this way and look up. There it is. Yep. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Bum bum bum. Returning to Zova.
Ah, well done.
Get to open up chest. Sweet. Give you some Gundabad mountain marks. Let's see. Gundabad mountain mark. A token signifying courage and valor in service of those reclaiming the mountain home. You can turn them in later probably for different things. At a respect person in this area.
Well done! That looks the last of these beasts lurking within these halls. Prince Ingor will be pleased. Let us return for the night and get some well-deserved rest.
Heck yeah, we did it! Woohoo! Very awesome indeed. Alright, so let's talk to Prince Ingor one more time. Whee! Aha! Alright, there he is, Prince Ingor.
Good work.
Good work on dealing with those nighttime visitors. There is more work to be done here at Gundabad, and it is a long road that lies ahead of us. At least the travel on this road involves making a home rather than searching for one. Chapter 1. The Rightful Claim. Sweet. Fantastic. We've done it, my friends! And I think that will be all for this episode today, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me. I know this one was a little less action today and more of just hanging out with your host and guide, Zollin Ironshield. I appreciate it if you're at the end. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And, you're all awesome. Just wanted to add that last little part, and I appreciate it. And I will see you in the next episode of Voice of the Rings. Subscribe button will be right there. The next episode in this place will be in the top left, and a LOTRO tail will be right over there. So you guys have a wonderful day in Middle Earth. See you in the next game. 1.